economic and diplomatic experience do you have to go up against Donald Trump?
Oh, quite a lot, actually.
We have Canadian media that is attacking Pierre. I don't think I've ever heard this with Justin Trudeau about him being a bungee jumping coach and how that affects him to run as prime minister. That never happened. Welcome back to Canada Wide. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, with Mark Carney today, now that he is the prime minister of Canada, he is rehiring Marco Mendicino, the guy who was fired in disgrace. Now, I can't even remember why he was in disgrace. Was it SNC Lavalin? Was it some insurance fraud, some lies about criminality or auto theft? I can't even remember which one it was. But let's go back watching Pierre in his interview, and I'll give my comments as we go through. Let's have a look.
So I was the Minister of Jobs and Housing in the Harper government, during which time housing cost half as much as it does today. I helped Mr. Harper cut the GST, cut income tax, cut business tax, and balance the budget. Over my time in Parliament, I've been scrutinizing and studying the books on the Public Accounts Committee, the Operations Committee, the Finance Committee. And if you want any proof that my economic ideas are the best, the Liberals are all trying to pretend that they're copying them right before the election. All the big economic questions of the last 5 years, Mark Carney has been wrong and exactly wrong, and I have been right. I said 5 years ago the money printing would cause inflation. He said deflation was on the horizon. I turned out to be right. I said the carbon tax would drive up food prices, and it did. Drove them up 37% faster in Canada than in the United States of America. I was the first parliamentarian to predict that we would have the inflation crisis, while Carney, Freeland, Trudeau, and others were saying that we would not. I was the first one to be, along with my Conservative colleagues, fighting for pipelines. Pipelines now everyone claims that they support after opposing them for the last 10 years. So if Mr. Carney is so smart on economics, how is it that he was so wrong for so long on all of the economic issues? One thing I don't have experience with is taking jobs out of Canada, moving them to the United States, selling out our resource workers to support Middle Eastern resource workers. That's not the kind of experience that I have, but that's not the kind of experience that we want.
Despite what you're saying, recent polls are showing that more Canadians trust Mark Carney to deal with Donald Trump rather than you. Why do you think your message is not cutting through and getting through to Canadians?
Canadians have a choice in the next election. Do they want to give the Liberals a fourth term in power after they drove up housing costs, food prices, and taxes, blocked resource projects, and made us more reliant on Trump's America? Or do they want Canada First Conservatives who will axe taxes, build homes, unleash production of our resources, and bring home paychecks, production, and sovereignty to our country?
And with Mark Carney winning 125,000 votes, out of 400,000 people could have voted for the Liberal leadership race, and only 150,000 people voted. I don't know why the media is not talking about how a dismal, poor showing that there is for the Liberal Party, because that is really bad that it's under 50% actually voted, because these people actually signed up to vote to do it. And I think a lot of people wanted to see Ruby win. I did as well. I thought she was the best best of the candidates in there. And for Freeland to sit there and Karina Gold, and Freeland, isn't it an insult? How many did she get? 10,000 people voting for her? Like, that's it? And not only that, with the $250,000 that she needed to win, she paid $1,750 herself, $1,700 again, because she couldn't get enough people. It's so sad. And Karina Gold, it's 4,000 people. That's it. Like, there's no like signs when you go door to door, people that just don't want you. There's no signs or anything like that. And I often wonder now with Karina Gold and Freeland, these two women in there in the Liberal Party, Trudeau shaming Americans for not voting for a woman. And now here they don't vote for a woman when they actually can for the Liberal parties. Like, it's so embarrassing for Freeland to be that, like, the VP of Canada, finance minister, and get 11,000 people voting for her. And she actually thought that she would win. Maybe she's going to say, you know what, maybe it was a great idea for me to quit. But then again, it's the $20 billion extra because the budget for the break-even ceiling of Canada was $40 billion. She took it to $60 billion, $20 billion over, and she just walks away. No questions asked. Where did that $20 billion dollars go to? Ukraine, to money laundering, to all gone. It's all gone, vanished. Billions, $20 billion, and she got away scot-free. Anyway, thanks for watching Canada Wide. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe.